Before I translated my question into English using Google Translator. So please understand that it may be a bit awkward for other audience members. My question is, thank you for your valuable time. I knew that I would rarely have the opportunity to ask questions like I did today. So I thought carefully about what questions I would ask. I had many concerns and questions, but when I thought about why I thought that way and why I was worried about it, I think it was because my words and actions did not match. As I raise my children, I know all the things they say about how it is good to do this or how to do that is helpful, but there are many things that I do not put into practice. What can I do to improve my current situation of not putting into practice the things I know should do and want to do due to laziness?
대부분이 다 그렇습니다.
So most parents are like that.
너무 자책할 필요 없습니다.
So you don't have to feel so guilty about it.
그래서 내가 원하는 만큼 내 자식이 되지 않습니다.
So that's why your child never turns out the way you want it to.
여러분들은 아이에게 실망을 하지만 그것은 여러분들의 모습입니다.
So you actually get disappointed in your child, but it's actually your own contradiction.
그러니까 내 아이에게 원하는 거 있지만은 아이가 그만큼 되지 않을 거라는 걸 미리 알고 있으면 됩니다.
So as long as you know your child is not going to turn out, the way you want it to, it's okay.
그럴 때 아이를 나무라지 말고
At that point, do not blame your child.
내가 한 것보다는 그래도 네가 낫다.
And know that your child is at least better than you.
이렇게 긍정적으로 받아들이시면
So look at it from that positive light.
그러면 큰 문제 없습니다.
Then there's no real big problem there.
만약에 자기를 개선하고 싶으면
But if you want to improve yourself,
아이의 성질을 아이라는 존재의 성질을 알아야 됩니다.
you have to know the nature of a child.
아이들은 따라 배우기를 하는 존재입니다.
Because children imitate,
즉 원숭이 같죠.
and they're like monkeys.
아이가 검소하기를 원하면 자기가 검소하게 살아야 합니다.
If you want a child to be, to live in a modest way, then you have to live in a modest way.
아이가 겸손하기를 원하면 자기가 겸손해야 합니다.
If you want your, child to be humble, then you have to be humble.
아이가 공부하기를 원하면 자기가 늘 공부하고 있어야
And
합니다.
if you want your child to be studious, then you have to be constantly studying.
아이는 보는 대로 듣는 대로 따라하는 존재입니다.
Because a child is something that follows and imitates whatever you do.
내가 하지 않으면서 애보고 해라 하는 것은 그 성질에 맞지 않습니다.
So if you tell a child to do something that you yourself don't do, you're kind of not speaking or catering to the nature of a child.
아이는 그것을 받아들이기 어렵습니다.
It's difficult for your child to accept that.
항상 마음속에 왜 너는 안 하나 이런 반발이 있습니다.
It's always thinking to yourself, how come you don't do this and you're telling me to do it?
그런데 어른의 힘에 의해서 심리가 억압이 되면서 억지로 따라합니다.
So the child does what you tell the child to do because he's being forced to.
즉 심리가 억압이 됩니다.
So you're kind of oppressing him. You're suppressing his psychology.
그러면 사춘기가 되면 이제 반발을 합니다.
So all that kind of comes out when he hits teenage years.
여러분들이 아이가 반항을 하면 아이가 문제다고 보지 말고 심리가 억압이 됐구나 이렇게 봐야 합니다.
So when your child acts out during teenage years, do not see that as a problem for the child. See that as a natural outburst of a lot of things that have been pent up.
그것이 다시 이제 억압을 하게 되면 저항을 하게 되고요.
And if you start, continue oppressing him, then he's gonna resist even more.
그러면 반항을 하면 이제 엉뚱짓을 하게 됩니다.
And that may lead to weird behaviors.
집을 나간다든지,
He may run away
공부를 안 한다든지,
or stop studying
친구하고 올려서 돌아다닌다든지,
or just hang out with his friends.
이렇게 해서 이제 부모를 마음 아프게 합니다.
It's try to hurt the parents instead.
그것도 아이가 저항하는 수단입니다.
That's kind of a strategy the child is taking to balance the power in the relationship.
내 뱃속에서 나왔기 때문에 나에 대해서 제일 잘하는 게 아닙니다.
Just because he came from your womb doesn't mean you know the child the best.
엄마가 아이가 건강을 염려하기 때문에 아이는 엄마에게 저항할 때 자기를 학대합니다.
It's because it knows that the biggest concern for a parent is the safety and well-being of the child. In order to resist and push back and protest against the parents, it actually starts to hurt itself. So it kind of goes at the weakness of the parents.
그래서 성질 나면 밥 안 먹어 이렇게 나오죠.
And that's why I say I'm not going to eat if it wants to, if it gets angry.
또 엄마가 아이가 공부하기를 원하잖아요.
And he also knows that the parents want him to study.
그러면 공부를 안 하면 엄마가 괴롭잖아요.
And he knows that without studying, not studying is going to bring about suffering to the parents.
그러니까 저항을 할 때는 공부를 안 해버리는 거예요.
So as a strategy of resistance and protest, stop studying.
그것이 문제가 아니라 아이 나름대로의 저항 수단입니다.
So it's not a problem. He's taking the optimal strategy to show his displeasure and his protest.
뭐 힘이 없으니까 어떡합니까?
Because he doesn't have any other method.
이렇게 사보다지를 놓는 거죠. 태업을 하는 거죠.
He's just basically driving towards a compromise to rebalance that power dynamics.
그러니까 아이 심리를 억압하지 않도록 해야 합니다.
So make sure you don't actually oppress your child inadvertently.
그래서 모범을 보여주고
And so show through actions.
또 그걸 다 따라 못해도 오히려 이해해야 합니다.
And so although your child might not, be able to do everything you want him to do, you have to understand.
Thank you for your advice. Thank you.